Hello, today we're going to do some turning or trimming, and I'm going to show you various techniques I use to shortcut some of the process. So our tools, we use lids which are flat and smooth on the bottom, and we have various sizes, and these we use to hold the pot onto the wheel. I shall show you that in a minute. And other tools are what we call chucks, and these chucks are used for narrow-necked pots which will go upside down, and the chuck will hold them. And we have different sizes chucks that we use too. Today I'm going to show you how to trim some mugs. Now these mugs are basically straight off the wheel, and they have some fingerprints on them where I lifted them off, so I'm just going to smooth those in like that. Smooth in the fingerprints, make sure there are no sharp edges on the rim. Now this goes upside down onto the wheel head, and then to center it, what we do is something called tap centering. So by tapping it like that, we get exactly the base into center, and using one of my flat lids, I'm going to place that on top like that, and now I can press down with my finger quite substantially without worry of going through the base. And with my trimming tool, I'm going to hold it, lock my hands together, and trim the side of the pot just a little bit like that, and then just go over with your fingers, smooth it down, and then I'm going to put a beveled edge on the side of the pot. Now we do that with all our pots, and this beveled edge, the main function is it acts as a glazing line. So when you dip the pot down, you can glaze exactly to this edge, and if you run over a little bit, you can wipe it off with a sponge and get a nice clean line with glaze. So that's more or less the trimming. I take my stamp and I stamp it like this, and that goes on the board, and I take the next one, tap center like this. This tap centering does take some practice, and we are going to produce a more detailed video of that in the future. But the trimming should be fairly direct, and I was always taught to treat trimming like peeling an apple, and you get a nice crisp trimming then. Now with a foot, you can still use the lids to hold the pot onto the wheel, and we will also be making a video of that too. But it saves a tremendous amount of time if you can hold the pot on the wheel without using clay, by using the lids. And the tap centering is a really useful tool because you can actually tap into center exactly what you want. So with glazing, with putting banding lines on pots, etc., you can actually tap exactly the area that you want. Because not often is the whole pot running completely true. There's always something slightly out. So by using this technique, you can tap into center what you need in center. So there we have it, tap centering, and here you have some details here of the trimming, and the pattern on the bottom of the pot was made with a twisted wire, which helps to release the pot off the wheel head more easily. We use that as a pattern as well, and here's my little stamp. So there we have it, a turning or trimming.